New tonight, a fitness influencer is among 3 dead. Police say she was shot and killed by her estranged husband, who also died in the shootings.
I'm acting like I'm the man in the relationship.
Blessings to you all. In this video, I'm going to discuss the Gloria Zamora case, but through the perspective of Thomas, the husband, and the man she was cheating with, Hector.
9:40 p.m. after having dinner at Suma Sushi in Fontana, police say Gloria's estranged husband, Thomas Alberto Tamayo Lizarraga, was waiting outside. He first shot Gloria's companion, 43-year-old Hector Garduño, before turning the gun on Gloria. Investigators say Gloria attempted to run away, but Thomas shot her twice.
Now, this is a tragedy, and it's unfortunate that it happened, and Thomas had control of himself, and he shouldn't have done what he did. But when you look at things through his perspective, you realize that he must have felt used and kind of left behind. Thomas and Gloria were married for 16 years. They had a blended family. Between the two of them, they had 7 children together. Thomas paid for her plastic surgery. Now, Gloria admitted that she had a tummy tuck, and she said that's the only surgery she ever had. But according to Thomas, allegedly, he says that she also had a rib remove, which helped enhance her hourglass shape, and she also had a BBL. Gloria never admitted to that, but supposedly, according to Thomas, that's a fact. So, through Thomas' perspective, he supported her. He helped her begin her career as an influencer. They had 16 years together. And as Gloria's success started to rise and she started getting more notoriety, she began to believe that maybe she outgrew Thomas, as evidenced by this podcast.
Around that specific time, which was like 1.5 years ago, that's when my whole second marriage started falling apart because obviously I'm like dedicating time into fitness and trying to grow something and seeing even the opportunity or even thinking that this can even become something, you know? So people started getting insecure and not allowing me to thrive in something that I'm just so passionate about, you know? So I felt like that person was just holding me back.
Women like throwing that insecure word around. So if you're a man and you question, let's say you have a wife, a girlfriend who's very attractive, and she has a male friend, and they seem to be spending time together, they're texting each other, and if you question the dynamics of that relationship, the first thing women say is, what's wrong with you? Are you insecure? But like I always say, there's no such thing as male and female friends, especially if they're attractive. You got an attractive woman and she's meeting up with some guy. You have a right to be suspicious because it's quite possible something's going on. Now, Gloria was meeting up with Hector, who she said was a business partner. Hector had some money. They were going to go into business together and open up some type of a female-only gym. But when you look at their social media posts, you notice that the social media posts started to become very flirty. They started liking each other's pictures. They started sending heart emojis to each other. You can tell that the relationship started to become more than just a business arrangement, and it started to become romantic. Thomas must have been frustrated seeing the relationship slowly disintegrate and watch his wife fall into the arms of another man, as evidenced by this social media post that he later deleted. I realize that she is being unfaithful in our marriage. She's cheating on me with her lover for money. She traded her family for an economic position, and it is not acceptable to me that she is doing this to me. I do not deserve it. In our marriage, I helped her raise 3 children from her 2 past marriages. I bought her a new car. I helped her buy her house, helped her operate on her body. I have 3 children with her, and seems unfair to me that she lies to get ahead and does not tell truth. I have a story that I think what's happening to me is what happened to her other partners. When she starts a new relationship, out of convenience, she's going to say she's not with her current partner anymore, so she can start cheating on her current husband with her new lover. I need help to be able to tell my real story. He ended up deleting this post. Now, this is actually very common, especially amongst women. It's called monkey branching. It's beginning a new relationship before ending the old relationship. And a lot of times, there's a lot of deception going on there. The person you're currently with has no idea that you're starting a new relationship. And the person you start the new relationship with might be under the impression that the old relationship is over and done with. Now, sources close to Hector seem to say that was the case. Hector was under the impression that that relationship with Thomas was over, allegedly. Now, again, I'm doing this video just through the perspective of the men, through the perspective of Thomas, the husband, and the boyfriend or the lover, Hector. This is not to blame the victim. Thomas had no right to delete those two people. And even if Gloria was cheating on him, in this society, the penalty for adultery is not murder. Now, Hector was a man with means. He had met Gloria at the gym after he returned from a trip from Peru. Now, it's been alleged from sources close to Hector that Gloria told Hector that she and Thomas had been separated for 2 years and that they weren't living together, which is a lie. Actually, they were living together and the divorce was still in its early stages. A few years back, Gloria was charged with domestic violence because Thomas had suspected that Gloria was cheating on him. So Thomas looked through her phone. I guess while Gloria was trying to get the phone back, she assaulted Thomas. So again, not to blame the victim, right? Nobody has a right to hurt anybody. Nobody certainly has a right to kill anybody. But there's been a history set that Gloria had been very deceptive to Thomas and quite possible to Hector. It's quite possible that Hector didn't know of the relationship between Thomas and Gloria. He might have thought that the divorce, like I said, was further along than it actually was, when in reality, Gloria and Thomas were still living together and the divorce was in its early stages. Now let's keep it all the way real. We don't know what Gloria was telling Hector. She could have been saying that during her marriage, Thomas was abusive, which activates the protector instinct in Hector, because there were some social media posts where it looked like Hector was almost taunting Thomas. So that was a powder keg waiting to happen. And again, not to blame anybody. I do these videos. These three people are in the spirit world now, so there's nothing we can do for them. All we can do is learn from the situation. And all I'm trying to say is every action has a reaction. So understand that if you're in a relationship with somebody and even though you're entering divorce, but you're still married, you're still living together, you should still try to hold some modicum of respect, because a tragedy like this could happen. Now, again, it's not to blame the victim. This is for you, for the people listening. Just kind of a learning experience. Look at this situation, learn from it, and take what you can from it. Now, I'm going to do more of a 3-dimensional breakdown of this case, and also I'm going to delve into that podcast she was on. I think it was really revelatory in her mindset and the way that she viewed this relationship. So
and everybody has, like how we talked about earlier, everybody has like their life journey.
Yes.
I don't think my life journey was to be somebody that can settle.
So stay tuned for part 2. God bless. Thanks for listening, and catch you next time. Peace.